House. I think I can bring Joanne in. Oh, Joanne ready? Alright, today we are at another show flat. This is part of our new Launch Showflat Tour. Today we are at this show flat by the name of Jansen House. This exact show flat is located along Guillemard Road. I think it's 501 Guillemard Road. So if you drive over, you'll probably see it's quite a prominent building. There's ample parking right here if you drive. Nearest MRT station I think should be Paya Lebar.
Yes.
Right, should be Paya Lebar MRT station. So joining me today in the tour is Joanne.
Hi.
Right, and let's talk about this project. Come on in.
So
today the show flat is also quite busy.
Project, yes, quite busy. There's a couple of appointments going on. So right here, we are here today to check out Jansen House. So this project is actually towards District 19, more towards the Kovan side, Serangoon side. Actually, right smack in between Kovan and Serangoon MRT as well. So we can take a look. Once you come on down to the show flat, you'll see a mock-up of the actual site model of the entire development itself. And then towards over here where you see the big boards, this is also where you have the location analysis.
Maybe I take over the location analysis while I let Joanne fix up the mic on her dress first. Easier for you to talk like that.
Okay,
so I mean, I'll talk about the location. So I mean, just to show you the big entire map of this place, right? So Jansen House is located along D19. We are in a landed enclave of Kovan. If you look at the location, this is exactly where it is along Jansen Road. The beauty of Kovan Estate is that you have multiple entry and exit points. So you're not like limited by one single road in, one single road out, right? So you have multiple ways to go in. You can go in by Highland Road. You can go in by if I'm not wrong, it's along the Kovan MRT area, the Flower Road. So there's multiple entry points. Even you can come in via the Yio Chu Kang Road as well, right? So if you look at the location-wise, we are basically in a triangular plot of three prominent key locations. So of course you have the Serangoon MRT station where the nearest shopping mall will be Next Shopping Mall. I believe the nearest would actually be HOTLINE Mall, which is at Kovan MRT site. Then of course you are also minutes away from Serangoon Garden area. So if you look at the whole entire location, I mean of course the beauty of Kovan Enclave is that it's quiet. You are being surrounded by also some of the landed houses and also a mixture of some of the small developments. So likewise for this Jansen House, I think I can bring Joanne in. Joanne ready? So Jansen House is a 21 units small development, small boutique developments lah. What is the units mix?
So the unit mix actually ranges from 2-bedders all the way to 4-bedders. For 2-bedders, interestingly, you only have 3 different units.
Of which, at the time of filming, 2 units are remaining.
Correct. And then you still have different stacks, different facings for your 3-bedders and your 4-bedders left. This is a 999 years lease project. So the lease actually started back in 1876. But in today's context, actually, we do notice in the resale market, 999 freehold, actually it's quite synonymous. People don't really differentiate it too much. Basically, it's very suitable for legacy planning. Or if let's say you're just a freehold lover, then I think this will be one for you, because I think in the recent years, the newer projects at District 19 were also the bigger 99 years lease project, like your Affinity, your Florence Residences,
Riverfront
as well.
Riverfront.
So I think in the District 19 area, it's also quite hard to find new freehold, and of course to find new freehold just across the whole of Singapore is also pretty rare. A lot are your leasehold projects. So I think this will be very, very interesting to check out. Coming to the site model here, as we mentioned, there are 3 units of 2-bedders, of which one is already taken up, right? So the top floor, actually 0505, has already been sold.
So maybe before that, maybe just show the elevation chart. So this is the elevation chart from the developer. Developer, did we mention is from Magley Group?
Magley Group.
Yeah, so Magley Group is actually a homegrown brand. They are definitely very successful. They have done multiple projects. I think their current projects as of right now would be the Hill House that is along the Institution Hill area. Of course, you have your Jansen House, and of course this one, you have a Kunsing House as well that is at the Juche area. Right. So Jansen House on here, this is basically the current elevation chart. This color denotes the 2-bedders, as we mentioned. The top floor unit, which is the penthouse unit, has already been taken. So we have 2 units left. This color, which is for this and this will be the 3-bedders, all of which all are still available. Total 9 of them. 4 bedrooms will be this color and this color, of which one of the penthouse unit has been sold, and then there's another one at the level 3 has been sold as well.
Alright.
So
And you can see from here, it's also quite interesting because a lot of the newer projects we see in today's market are also, maybe giving like 50% to your smaller 2-bedders, and then for your larger units, actually taking up less. For all this, I would say more boutique units, it's also quite interesting that they have also allocated their unit mix to some of the larger configuration. Also because I think Mackley Group also wants to focus on this hyper-local kind of lifestyle, in that when you look at the whole Kovan-Serangoon landscape, it's actually very well served by all the conveniences and amenities around. You have My Village, you have HOTLINE Mall next, and all this actually helps to promote a very served lifestyle around this area, which is why they do also kind of expect a good profile of family profile coming in, which is also then you see it translating in the unit mix as well. So I think it's quite nice. You still have plenty of 3-bedders, 4-bedders to go from, and the sizes are pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the sizes, 2-bedders is around 721 square feet. 3-bedder ranges from 1012 square feet to 1033 square feet. So apparently, what I understood from the developer is that if you go for the top floor unit, like this unit for example, which is one of the remaining penthouse unit, you don't really pay extra for the extra ceiling height. So the airspace, so to speak, is actually
it's like a bonus.
It's a bonus for you because the size that is being lodged officially is still the same as the one that is below.
I believe even the low floor, the first floor units and the top floor, they do enjoy a high ceiling in your living, dining and bedrooms at 3.6 meters. The rest are approximately your regular size ceiling height as well.
Right. So of course your 4-bedders will have ranged from 1,238 square feet all the way to 1,335 square feet. Yeah. So this is basically, I would say, it's pretty decent size in today's context. There are some 3-bedders that I see is like even 720 plus square feet.
Yeah.
So now let's take a look at the 3D site model. So the whole entire project is being orientated along, if you look at the exact orientation, this is pretty much the northeast, southwest kind of orientation. Because from the site model, this is basically north, right? And then the main entries is actually northeast. So there's one single entry and exit point. There is 21 units, 18 car park lots, out of which there is also one extra handicap lot that is located right inside over here, right beside the lift lobby.
And I think what we also like about this configuration is that the developer also kind of strategized and positioned their ancillary services towards the corner over here. So if Barry can come over here to have a look, right, you'll see that the bin point as well as your bulk meter is actually tucked towards the corner or the entrances, so it actually doesn't affect whichever units that you choose, because all these are actually still situated a little bit further away from all this as well.
Of course, the main road will be actually Jansen Road, right? So Jansen Road, you look at the kind of like setback from the road itself. So even this Jansen Road is not like a main road, right?
Not a main like R3 road.
Correct.
Actually, it's just a small road that's serving the
community there,
here.
right? So you still have a very decent kind of like setback, and because of the land size of the plot itself, the amenities are basically are all being pushed all the way to the top of the roof. So you do get your lap pool, you get a one of the reading room on the top as well. You have your barbecue area on the top, a kids play area on the top as well.
And then you also have this outdoor shower corner over here, as well as some landscaping greenery. So I think it's really nice that instead of just a small little pool just to make up a pool for the project, they actually put in effort to give a 20 meters lap pool. So I think this is quite a feat for a project of this size as well.
Right. So in terms of the kind of like units distribution across the block, so the 2-bedders is actually here. So it's actually over here. Stack 5, so this is the 2-bedders, so you have 3 units right over here that starts from level 3, 4 and 5, and then you have your 3-bedders, which is stack 1
as well
right
as
here,
stack 3,
and stack 3
which
there.
is in the middle. So if
we can maybe show this so if you look at this whole entire site, so this underneath this will be the 2-bedder. This will be the 3-bedder, and in the middle here, this will be 3-bedder. So this will be the 4-bedder and the 4-bedder. So the 4-bedders occupies both corners. This corner will be the 3-bedder, and then there's one more in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course, back to this 3D site model, you can see that the terrain, I think if I'm not wrong, there's an apartment that is on this side of Jansen House, but largely I can say that all the units are pretty much all pushed towards the side of the site model.
Yeah, regardless of which units, I think you get ample frontage, ample ventilation throughout. A lot of the bedrooms are also more of external facing, so you're not like literally facing in the internal side as well. And the whole design and the facade is also in this copper-ish, kind of a taupe-ish, copper-ish facade that also gives it that charm and elegance, being the new project.
It's a very timeless kind of like color as well. So it's not something that it will just like doesn't really hold for its time and the value. So this is so O2, this is a 4-bedder, and this is also a 4-bedder. Do note that Jansen House, there is no physical show flat unit. So usually when you come to this show flat, then the salesperson will basically pull out the floor plan just to run through the whole entire differences in the different type of floor plans. So in fact, for 2-bedders, there's only like one type of floor plan. 3-bedders is only 2 types of floor plans. Same for 4-bedders as well. Do take note, they have actually 2 units on the ground floor. Right, so one of them is over here. So there's actually 2 units of ground floor unit. I think one of them is a 3-bedder and one of them is a 4-bedder. Yep, so one of the 3-bedder. So this would be the ground floor 4-bedder.
Yeah, 1259 square feet.
And then this will be the ground floor 3-bedder.
So
unit.
this one 0101 is at 1023 square feet. And also, I think on level 1 there's another reading room. For your kids or for you to just get some quiet time to do your work as well.
Yeah, so in terms of the kind of like design wise, I think for the reading room, I don't have any. Correct. So this is the reading room design. So this is like the mocked up. So this is the one on the ground floor. So when you're reading room, you basically overlook this very quiet corner of the development. You can basically use the room for your discussion, for your work from home arrangement. So I think that's what they want to consider it as like a flexi room kind of like arrangement.
And I think in terms of the architecture, they also, I think the developer is also trying to gain inspiration from a more like minimalist, more peaceful, tranquil. That's why you see some greeneries, facade done up, which is also quite similar to some of their other developments like Lloyd's Inn. I think that has also been very, very popular for a lot of locals who wants to, just get a quiet escape around. That minimalist touch to it. I think that is also what they're trying to replicate here within Jansen House itself.
Yeah, so maybe let's take the chance to run through some of the floor plans designed with our viewers, right? So let me pull up the floor plan. Okay, so one thing to note as well, when Mackley designed this Jansen House, some of the interior inspirations and the interior designs, some of them is also pretty innovative. So like, let's say for example, in a master bedroom, master bathroom, right? So in the master bathroom, they have this thing called a day rack, right?
Yes.
So let me show you an example of how the day rack looks like. Right? So if you want to zoom in over here, so this is one of the illustration for a master bedroom. So you will have one of these kind of like day rack that they have built in for you. It's basically for you to hang your clothes or you prepare yourself before you head out.
Correct, which is also a very practical touch because that is what I mean. A lot of us would have to go and fit in your towel holder anyway. So I think it's also nice that the developer has already outfitted all this for you.
Master bath, I think if based on the illustration, they have like little, we call it nook in the wall, right? There's a nook in the wall for you to place your, which is some of the nice design as well.
Correct. The whole palette, if you can look across their brochure, right, it's more of I think they're trying to do like a harmonious palette. So you have the wooden tones over here. In the bathrooms where we were looking at, you also have some concrete sort of slabs to also try to merge and form this entire makeup of natural elements within the whole design of the unit.
But one thing very interesting about this Jansen House is that the balcony design, the balcony is actually being attached right next to the kitchen. So they have this thing called a service window, which is one of their selling points as well. So this is an example of how the serving window looks like. So all their units, from the 2-bedders all the way to the 4-bedders, will have a serving window right beside the balcony. Alright. So this is a little serving window that connects into the kitchen. Correct. So later from the floor plan, we can actually see the connection.
So from the kitchen area, you can actually, if let's say you have some cooked food or prepared some food, you can actually just pass it out to your breakfast table or your dining table that's right outside.
Yeah, and the fact that if, let's say, for example, if you want to enclose the kitchen, because the development actually comes with, they call it the louvers along the balcony. So if you want to close up the louvers, you can technically bring your dining table out into the balcony, because from my understanding, the balconies in Jansen House is also pretty quite sizable.
7 meters, I think minimally. They're committing to a 2.7 meters in terms of the length of the balcony. You can choose to have your dining outside. Otherwise, another idea is just to have your dining retrofitted within your main living area, and then for your balcony you can just treat it like a mini semi-outdoor garden if you do have green fingers as well.
So this is also a little corner that they call it the work alcove area.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like an area that is part of the living hall space that is basically designed for you to convert it into a little work area if you want to do that.
That corner for you to just focus and get your work done right over here.
So do know that all these are illustrations from the floor, from the brochure of Jansen House. So you may come down over here. We can also share with you more illustration as well.
Kitchen size, I think, is pretty decent. You get ample countertop space. You also have your usual appliances like your fridge, your cooker hood, your oven, and your hob as well. So, and I think for this project, they're all using the gas cylinder. There's no pipe gas for this development.
Largely, I think it's also because of the enclave that the project is in. Because usually, if you are located in a landed enclave, generally you don't really have a pipe gas. It's all a cylinder gas kind of like setup. Right. So this is an interior shot of the kitchen that actually overlooks on this right side. This is actually a serving window that connects to the living, the balcony.
Will be your dining setup already. And then this,
so let's take a look at the floor plan. Right, so just to quickly run through the floor plan for this is the 2-bedder floor plan. This is sized at 721 square feet.
So actually, if you look at the whole floor plan, right, for 721 you still have space for a home shelter, and of course this is of a dumbbell fashion, which is usually the more efficient kind of layout. You don't have any wastage of your walkway spaces.
I think dumbbell layout is getting very, very popular in late 2023 to 2024. So all of the recent new launches, you can see that I would say that a lot of the 2-bedders actually comes with a dumbbell layout. I think it is very efficient in terms of space configuration. You don't really have so much of a foyer space to walk around, and you basically maximize the interior space.
Correct. So you look at the bedroom sizes, actually still very, very comfortable. This is a king, and at the side you still have space for side table. You even have a space for a vanity, and of course this is your ensuite towards the bath. And then if you look at your other common room, queen and still ample space because your wardrobe is actually tucked nicely towards the other corner. Yeah.
So I mean, of course, if let's say for example you want to turn your common bedroom into a ensuite as well as a junior master, you can technically still like create a door right over here and just remove away these 2 doors. You have an ensuite already on this side. And also one point to note is that usually for 2-bedders in a lot of developments, they are usually like smack in the middle of the whole entire building. You know, it's like being sandwiched between the 3-bedders or rather the larger units. But this 2-bedder in Jansen House is actually located at the corner. So if you look at so the corner means that it's right here.
Yeah.
Right, so it's not like in the middle. So with that, actually, one of the plus points is that the bathrooms, they actually have ventilation.
Here, you have a window over here, and then for your master, you also have a window at your bath area.
Which is one of the plus points if you are considering to buy a 2-bedders right here. I think 2-bedders price right now starts from about 1.4 to 1.5 mil. PSF is about $2,000 PSF, 2,000 odd per PSF for these 2-bedders remaining units right over here.
For Jansen House, really in terms of pricing, it's both a quantum and a PSF play, because if you look at a lot of the 2-bedders in the area, they are already surpassing that 2,000 PSF mark. And in terms of quantum wise, it's also way above that 1.4, 1.5 kind of pricing that you're looking at. And I think for the layout wise, the other thing that we want to point out is for the kitchen, even for a 2-bedder, this is also an enclosable kitchen, and you have proper countertop with a window as well. So all these are actually things that a lot of buyers in the resale market are also looking for, because if let's say you're buying for own stay, I think all these are important touches. Sometimes certain things, some of these may also be blind spots that certain buyers, when they come to the show flat, they might forget about it. But when it comes to the actual living in the unit, you take your keys, you move into your renovation, you realize that all these are actually important things that actually I wished I
would have noticed or thought about when I first purchased the unit. So this little area over here, so this part actually denotes that serving window between the kitchen to the balcony. So you realize that this is also like a ID drawing, so you can actually turn this into like a day breakfast countertop space that allows you to place your food right there as well. So this is the 2-bedder. Alright, so this is also the 2-bedder, but this is the 2-bedder penthouse unit. So I think there's not much. Oops, I'm so sorry. Okay.
So 0505 right now, which is the penthouse 2-bedder, has
Sold
already
already.
been taken.
Yeah, so this is taken up really.
But I would say layout-wise is pretty much the same.
lah.
Just that for top floor, you do get higher ceiling height. Yeah. And then this is for the 3-bedder.
So this 3-bedder that we have seen, this is the 1033 square feet.
So this will be at stack 3.
Which is over here, Barry.
Yep.
Right here. Right. So entry, this is more like a kind of like a longitudinal kind of like design, right? You come in, you have a home shelter as well. Master bedroom actually have like a double galley kind of like wardrobe space.
Yep.
And you have a dining, quite a good sizable living hall space as well. In fact, the balcony space can then convert it into a dining hall area. Then you can have actually a very squarish kind of like living concept.
So for the 3-bedders here at Jansen House, you have 2 different types of layout. One is the more longitudinal, which is like a dumbbell fashion, right? Because you have bedrooms on both sides. The other layout, which is the one at 1012 square feet.
This is more squarish.
Yeah, this is more squarish. This is more, I would say, your conventional type where you just walk in and then all your bedrooms are actually along the same side. You don't have like a long stretch of walkway in the middle as well. So 2 different types. Also the facings are different. One would be more facing towards your southwest because your north is actually here. The other stack will actually be here. Yeah. So 1012 is actually here, and then 1033, which is the more longitudinal layout, will be here.
You can see the design. So this is more squarish. This is more like wide angle.
So depending on your preferences as well, of course, like what Wayne mentioned earlier, in fact, the surrounding of Jansen is also enveloped by some of the low-lying residential, some boutique apartments and all that. But I think you do still get very good wind flow and ventilation throughout here.
I think because of the very good setback that it has from the perimeters. So this is basically the 3-bedder design. Likewise, the 3-bedder also have an enclosed kitchen, which is important, and then of course with the serving window that brings you out to the balcony space right over here. Common bathroom and master bathroom, they are all at each end of the house, and I would say that each of the bedrooms are all quite sizable. I mean, from the design wise, you put in a queen size bed. The master bedroom definitely will be guaranteed a king size bed.
Correct. So for the other layout, it's actually pretty standard. So you have your home shelter here, and then your bathrooms are actually within the center here. And I believe this is the one that doesn't have the window.
For the master, so this is located in the middle. So the master bathroom actually comes with a ventilation, a circulator fan to circulate the air within the bathroom.
But otherwise, I think like bedroom sizes and all that, here you do get a little bit of privacy, I would say, for this particular layout. Because once you head on in, and this is also something that sometimes when we serve buyers on the ground, this is something that they actually want to go for, something that gives them that privacy. When you open up from your main door, you don't look straight directly through your living towards your balcony. This gives you a little bit of shield over here as well. Right,
but do note that I think based on this design wise, you probably may get some west sun coming into your balcony space in certain part of the years. Okay, so this will be the penthouse unit. And then we have...
Lastly, the 4...
This is actually the ground floor 3-bedder. So this ground floor 3-bedder is also the extension part. So it's pretty much still the same as the upper level, just that you have an extra little space outside your main door.
You can fit in some shoe shelving racks and all that at the entrance as well.
Okay, so lastly, this will be the 4-bedder. So the 4-bedder, this one is sized at 1238 square feet. So this is the one that is located on this bottom corner of the development. Alright, so this is 1238 square feet.
This is also a more compared to the other layout, which you have like a longer entrance walkway. That is, I think from the shape you can also see this will be your other 4-bedder. Yeah, you have a longer entrance walkway. Then the other 4-bedder that's towards here, it's the more compact one.
Kind of a squarish.
So this is the one.
Yeah, but you have a balcony that is actually fronting towards like this side. So you'll basically get some of a morning sun.
Southeast direction.
Right. Okay, so next we'll show you the last of the 4-bedder. So this is the one that actually comes with a pretty interesting kind of like layout. So you have a little entrance quite an entrance, and then you come into the living hall space, and then a space
a round
that,
table.
yeah, I think this is quite a sizable kind of like 4-bedder. It's a 1335 square feet. 4-bedder, you get a good size kitchen, and this one is actually the one that comes with a storeroom as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is one of the larger 4-bedder units. It comes with a storeroom. Inside the kitchen area, you have a WC as well, so one of the extra.
So this one also gives you the luxury of having a junior ensuite. You have a secondary ensuite over here, and then you also have, this is the master, and then you have another ensuite over here as well, plus a third common bath, and then a fourth WC.
So this is basically a 4-bed, 3-bath configuration. Yeah, so this one still available as well, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's still available.
Stack 4.
Stack 4, the penthouse is being sold, but you still have your level 2, 3 and 4 for these particular stacks. Right. And then of course lastly, this will be your ground floor layout. So this is basically the ground floor layout for the smaller of the 4-bedder, right, which is at this corner.
Yep.
So this is a level 1. Pretty much the same kind of layout as what you have seen earlier on. So all in all, you get a very good size, kind of like 2-bedders, 3-bedders and 4-bedders in the Jansen House right now.
Yeah.
All stacks are still available, except that if you are looking for a penthouse unit, then probably you're only limited by probably left only 3 units lah. Out of which one of them is 4-bedder and 2 of them are the 3-bedders. Pricing wise, I would say the quantum entry price is also very palatable. You're buying into a 999 years project. If you're going in for legacy, you're going in for longevity, you're going in for, you want to stay close to your parents whom you maybe just grew up in the whole entire Kovan area, then I think it's something that you may want to consider. Your TOP is in the year of 2026. 2027. I beg your pardon.
2027. Yeah.
Yep, 2027. And I think this is something that you may want to consider. And if you are interested to find out more, you can always check in with our new launched consultants. We are more than happy to run through with you the floor plans, the analyses, the site plan, the facing, the pricing analysis as well.
Yeah, I think if let's say you are also a landed downgrader, maybe in this area you're familiar with this area, then I think this is also one good project for you to really consider, given that you are already so accustomed to the lifestyle around here, nothing short of all your amenities, sort of daily necessities, all your connectivity around here. I think this is a great project to look at. Also with the fact that it is a 999 years, very hard to find in today's context. It's such a good quantum play, PSF play. I think this is definitely something exciting, and I'm pretty interested to see the actual product once the project actually TOPs.
Yeah, correct. And plus also that it's not really deep inside the landed enclave of Kovan. So I think if you still want to get out to the main road, going to, let's say, the HOTLINE Mall itself, still walkable. I would say probably about maybe say 10-15 minutes. Yeah. To walk out. Yeah. So, do check in with us if you want to find out more about Jansen House. So with that, we've come to the end of our new Launch Showflat Tour. My name is Wayne.
Joanne.
Always happy to show you the place.